Yes, Halloween is coming. And to celebrate this holiday, I want to do a game that I've been wanting to do for a while now. A special horror game, you might say. It's been on my mind for a few months now, so let's finally do Donkey Xote. That's not right. Now, if none of you have ever heard of this game, I'm surprised. This is actually a movie licensed game on the famous movie Donkey Xote. Everyone has heard of this movie, right? The critics praised it for being animated. Now, I actually do own that movie, except there's a little problem. The first time I took it out of the casing, I kind of scratched it a lot. So now I can't read the movie. But that doesn't matter, because now I have the video game. I'll have the same experience, but with interaction with the actual game, you know? This is gonna be awesome. So let's dive right in. Donkey Xote. So let's see who worked on this game. There's Filmax Entertainment, produced by Filmax Entertainment. Action Media Publicidad, Castilla-La Mancha, Renderware Graphics, registered trademark of... What the fuck? How many people worked on this game, man? My personal experience dictates that if too many people work on a game, it's just gonna fall and crash. But maybe the game was just so good that they had to put all those people on the project to make it work. Oh. Oh no. Strap in, folks. There's a train wreck ahead of us and traffic's gonna be slow. Before the game actually begins, the donkey gives us a little story, the story of Don Quixote. Now everyone knows the classic story, right? The man who read a lot of books and wanted to become a knight himself, except, well, there was nothing to fight, so he imagined himself some monsters and went a little crazy. But enough about fighting windmills. This story is not about Don Quixote. I mean, come on! Such a historical literature figure? Fuck that shit! This story is about the donkey! Yeah! Now you might notice that the donkey resembles a lot another donkey that was in the featured DreamWorks films. Yeah, sure. But don't worry, this game is self-aware. So it's not aware it's bad, but it's aware that it looks like that. Anyway, the game begins when you get your ass kicked and you go on a quest to become a real horse, because apparently being a donkey is shameful. Fuck you. So the game begins. Looks awesome, doesn't it? Of course there's some tutorials right at the beginning. What? What? What the fuck is this? I don't think I've seen a game tutorial this fucking stupid since forever. I mean, if you got a keyboard in front of you, you got the mouse. What the fuck is green, blue, or fucking pink? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that fixes everything, doesn't it? Just go check the controls. Come on, it's a tutorial. It's not like it's supposed to teach you how to play the fucking game! So you can fight in this game. All you have to do is press the attack button repeatedly and you'll attack the enemies. It's not as easy as it seems, because every time you attack, you gotta do this big attack which slows you down a lot, and the enemies just come around and punch you. So you gotta really time your attacks and just be careful where you are when you attack. Like, what the fucking hell? That was a pit? I didn't know this was a pit! Yeah, you'd better be fucking careful in this game, because falling down will hurt you. You don't even have to fall from very high, like a meter away, and you get hurt. And this fucking sucks, because every time you jump around, you're almost guaranteed to hurt yourself on the ground for no reason. Anyway, at the end of the level, you kick a watermelon and a chicken. Obviously. And then there's a little cutscene. Basically, you learn that it's a great jousting tournament, and of course, Ruccio wants to participate because it would prove to everyone that he's a great horse. But to do that, first you gotta find Don Quixote, because of course, Ruccio is not Don Quixote's pet, he's Sancho's pet. And there we're introduced to the second playable character of this game, Sancho. I complained about the controls before, but this is where it gets really bad. See, Sancho is everything the donkey does, but not. He can't jump, he's slower, he has less reach, and he's just overall a lot less fun to play. Not only that, but for some odd reason, when you walk around the camera shakes a bit, and when he's climbing ladders it's fucking sickening. Anyway, from there on out you gotta play as the two characters to progress in the game, because of course some doors are locked and only idiot can open the door for dumbass. The first obstacle you're gonna meet in the second level are giant barrels. Nah. Common hazards in this level include some big tough guys, some swinging balls and chain from the ceiling, some falling pits, which is not made any easier by the fucking camera, fire spewing lion heads, axe swinging knights, and the crossbowmen. I hate the crossbowmen. Why? Because only Sancho fights them, they're always running away, and of course, they can shoot through walls. Yeah, all the good things in life. Anyway, again, once you end the level, you see the hooded man.
He's gradually getting away, Chief.
Let him go.
And then you pursue him. Or not, cinematic. What trick? God damn it! After this, you go out with Don Quixote to go train. And for some reason, Sancho and Don Quixote don't get along very well because never really explained. They just say that they got friction together on the last adventure, whatever the fuck it was. Now we get to another part of the game, jousting. Is it just me or am I getting a little pet sports vibe here? Yes, you might have noticed, and if you didn't, I don't know how you missed it, but the graphics in this game are really not that great. I mean, usually I don't care about graphics. You know me, I'm more of a gameplay type of guy, but I still notice it. I mean, it's the first thing you see, but I think the real problem with this game is that there's no shading. Like, there's no light reflection anywhere. It's all flat. And everyone looks dead because nobody ever blinks. And that's fucking creepy, man. After you're done with the jousting training, then it's off to the competition. But first, you need to convince Rocinante to come with you because he's a coward and he doesn't want to go on an adventure because he's scared. So of course he flees to the back of the stables. The stables, which is a fucking maze, and you gotta go find him and convince him. Now I'm not gonna show you this level because it's fucking long and it requires a lot of bullshit. Anyway, once you're done with the level, then you see Rocinante. Ah, fuck. You have no idea how boring this level was. And then to be greeted at the end by like a half horse? What the fuck? Was it really too much to ask to get that guy standing? Did he really have to be in the floor? I guess he's supposed to be hiding in the hay, but it's so poorly made. He looks like he's been cut in half. Fucking Anyway. After that, they make it in town, where they want to meet Dulcinea, because apparently she's there. Don't fucking ask me why. But of course, she's not really there. It's a scam, it's a piece of wood, and of course everyone is stupid enough to fall for it. I can't believe any fucking... What the fuck was that?
Well, according to the legend, the soul of the Knight of Splandian lives inside this armor.
But of course... Anyway, blah blah blah, they escape, and then you have to fight another joust. This time you're going after some guy, I don't even know who the fuck that is, but he has a shit-eating grin. So here's how jousting works. You steer the donkey, and when you're close to the enemy, you press the attack button and then you do a button combination to hit the enemy. Now, it's actually fairly easy. The only problem is that since it's color-coded, you have no idea what buttons to press unless you learn them by heart, so it might be difficult at first. And it's at this part of the game that I also noticed another problem. The sound effects in this game are really lacking. Most of the sound effects in this game are like really cheap sound effects that you can find on any free sound effect websites on the web. Wait, come back to the last one?
You're not going back any place.
Well, someone fucked up. After the tournament, they were totally called in by a Dutch and Duchess to get a reward. Yeah, that's not fake at all. But it was all a trap by the cloaked man, and while Sancho is away to see his new land, which doesn't exist, he gets captured by the enemy and put in a dungeon. You see that? Huh? You see the part where he gets captured? Because he gets captured by the enemy. You can clearly see it, right? Yeah. Enter the dungeon. This time you only play as Ruccio because Sancho is of course a prisoner. This is where the game starts to get a little bit harder. See, this game up to now has always been pretty easy, but it's also unforgiving. If you remember Dracula, kids, the main complaint I had is that the game is very easy but unforgiving, because it's very hard to get extra lives. Well, it's kind of the same in this game. It's really not that hard, but dying is easy, as stupid as that sounds. So at the end of the level, you wake up Sancho with a watermelon. Course. He opens up the door for you, and you both escape through the back door. That was in the cell. After that daring prison escape, you see the hooded man, and he's like, ha ha ha, everything is going according to my plan. Except it's not, because we escaped from his evil clutches. Ugh. You go back to the Dutch and Duchess castle, and then you try to rescue Don Quixote. Meanwhile, I think Ruccio is kinda bugging around here. What the fuck is he doing? Is he trying to lay an egg? Well, hilarious and unintentional bugs aside, you again do that little dynamic between Ruccio and Sancho to get through the level. This time you... Oh, come the fuck on! I was just walking around! You wanna know another big problem with Sancho? Whatever the fuck you do, you're always gonna get hurt just by walking around. Come on, that's not even an inch! Are you telling me that poor bastard cannot even go downstairs without hurting his legs? Come on! Anyway, again, you finally meet up with Don Quixote again, who's not in a dungeon, he's on top of a tower. Whatever. And here's another fun little bug. If you keep pressing the ping button, the cinematic doesn't start, it just like keeps going on. Now that Don Quixote's been rescued, they can finally go to Barcelona to the great tournament. But the cloaked man has stolen Don Quixote's armor and now they have to get it back. I'll just take his word for it because we don't actually see it happen. Again. Oh, what? Another maze level? Fuck that shit! Anywho, you get back Don Quixote's armor and then it's off to the next joust right before the last one. And apparently you fight the devil! Nah, actually it's like any other joust, you just go at him and kick his ass. His name is Dorado, which is kind of funny. Because he's made of gold.
With Knight Dorado out of action, we could relax a little and enjoy the city.
Funny, I could have sworn I've already seen this video. You finally get to Barcelona. This is the occasion to finally get that ticket for the final joust. But since you don't have any money, you have to trade stuff. So you trade 3 hens for a cake, the cake for a coin, I think, for all I know, it could be a cookie. The cookie for a jug of wine, the wine for an orange, the orange for a sausage, the sausage for an egg, and finally the egg for the ticket. Okay, next time can we get the donkey to make the deals? Anyway, more hilarious bugs later, we finally get to the last part of the game. I can't help but feel I've already seen this video. Time for the final joust, and this time it's against the Half Moon Knight. So, well, you do the usual, you kick his ass, and then you get the ending. Don Quixote fights hand to hand versus the, well, hand to hand, saber to saber versus the Half Moon Knight, but eventually he gets defeated.
You win. I'm mad about Dulcinea, but she deserves the best and bravest of knights. I must renounce my love for the sake of a purer love and what is best for her.
Only the true Quixote would take honor and courage so far.
No, they wouldn't.
Only Quixote would renounce love for the sake of true, pure love.
They did. What a shock! The last boss of the game was actually Dulcinea! My god, I'm so surprised! It's incredible! Who could have seen that coming? And so Don Quixote finally found his Dulcinea, and now Ruccio is now finally accepted by his horse's peers. The chicken makes an out of context comment, Sancho goes back home with a lion, and everyone lives happily ever after.
For taking care of Don Quixote.
What? Hey, now you tell me, between a human in the donkey and a dragon in the donkey, which is creepier? And so this was Donkey Xote. It's nothing to write home about, that's for sure, but yeah, it was pretty bad. The gameplay is pretty bland, the levels are annoying, and I still haven't really figured out who the cloaked man was. I'm guessing it's that guy. So yeah, Donkey Xote. If I was to recommend something, I'd recommend the movie over this game, that's for sure. At least you don't have to play the fucking maze levels. God, they suck. Anyway, happy Halloween everybody, and see you in the next review. Oh, before I forget, it's Sancho Panza, not Sancho Villa. That's my mistake.
Is it really you, beautiful lady, queen of my days and
Move
princess
back.
of my nights? Well,
How should I know? I can't see your face.
Move back to the line, pendejo.